Hey everyone! So today I'm going to be talking all about my experience with getting my eyebrows microbladed. So several years ago I got my eyebrows tattooed, cosmetically tattooed, which, you know, isn't the same as a regular tattoo. I got like a taupe color, but that pretty much is completely gone now. It like completely faded away. And I'm kind of glad because I don't do my eyebrows taupe anymore. I do them gray. So kind of a good thing. And they were cool, they definitely helped, but they didn't do what like microblading did for my brows. The woman never made them as thick as I wanted them, and they just didn't, like, they definitely helped fill in the sparseness, but it didn't look nearly as good as a microblading. Now, I do have makeup on my eyebrows now. That's just because I had a photo shoot before this, so I had to do like full glam, but on a day-to-day basis, I do not fill in my eyebrows. I'll maybe put just like a little tiny bit like toward the tail, or just run a little bit of shadow through my actual brow hairs, since they are like a reddish, like a golden blondish brown color, and I got them microbladed gray, so I kind of just want to tint the hairs a little bit. But for the most part, on my day-to-day basis, I don't have to do anything to my eyebrows, and it's awesome. So I guess I'll just start by putting a quick before and after picture. So the first is a before picture, and the middle picture is a first session, and then the bottom picture is a final photo. I went to Brows of Prey, Tara Lynn in Philadelphia, and she requires like 2 sessions. The first one is basically just to map it out and see how your body reacts, because everyone's body heals differently. And then the second session, she gets a better idea for what's gonna work for you and completes your eyebrows. And by the way, if you're in like the New Jersey, Philly area, I would definitely recommend going to her. She's really, really sweet, patient, and just a talented person. So I have some notes in my phone, some questions that I had and I know some people would have. So number 1, how long does the process take? And the process takes about 2 to 3 hours per session. And how long does it take to heal is 7 to 10 days. But the full healing cycle takes 30 days. I'll put a little chart here of how the eyebrows heal. So her healing instructions for me were to not get them wet for a week, and that was it. So that's literally all I did. I just didn't get them wet and didn't put anything on them, and they healed. Basically, like the day after you get them, a day or 2 after you get them, it starts to get crusty, and then it just starts to peel off over the next week or so. They look really, really dark at first, and then they kind of crust over and look really dark, and then they peel, and it's a lot later. So here's another question. How many touch-ups do you need? So she says you don't need touch-ups, you just need 2 sessions, which I said 1 to set the base and then a perfecting session. And how long does it last? 1 to 3 years, and she also told me that oily skin usually requires more touch-ups. And the color used for mine was a charcoal gray pigment. So as for pain, so when you go in, she numbs you. I think most people do that. So I got numbed. I just sat there with numbing cream on, and then she kind of mapped out the shape and started doing it. Which, by the way, I wasn't quite sure because it's called microblading, but it's actually just a bunch of needles next to each other, like really, really tiny needles. So anyway, for the pain, the first couple strokes are like a 3. But it goes definitely like all the way up to a 9 on the pain scale for me personally. I am really, really bad with pain. I have a very, very, very low pain tolerance. So I know some people will not find it nearly as painful as I did, but I found it to be extremely painful for probably like, honestly, the majority of the time. The first 10 minutes are tolerable. Then the next 30 minutes are, you know, starting to get painful, and then the rest of the time is like really painful to the point where, you know, I have to stop and like numb it again and stuff like that. But again, that's just my personal experience. I definitely wouldn't let it deter you from doing it because it really is so worth it. I look so much better without makeup now just because my eyebrows look good. And to me, I think the second session actually might have even hurt a little bit more than the first session, but that could just be because I feel like I become more and more of a baby as time passes. So I have to say I definitely would recommend getting your eyebrows microbladed. make sure you look into someone who's really good at it and clean and professional. Like I said, the woman who did mine did an incredible job, and I definitely would recommend her. Her Instagram is brows@pray. I'm not really sure what else to say about it. I expected this video to actually be a lot longer, but it's pretty basic. I mean, it's like a tattoo, but not with a tattoo machine. It's just like a bunch of little needles together with like a little handheld pen almost, and she just draws them in. I just realized that my nose ring was twisted that whole time, and it probably looked like I had a booger, but I don't. So anyway, yeah, it was a overall good experience. It hurt, but it's definitely worth it. I'm excited to see how long they last. Maybe I'll do an update when they start to fade or something like that, but my experience was overall a positive one, and if you were considering doing it, I definitely recommend going for it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this helped you a little bit. Sorry I didn't have any more information to give you. I just can kind of tell you my experience, and that's it. I love you guys so much. Stay sassy, and I'll talk to you soon.